I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk to folks from the VTuber community about their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We're joined by Jelly Ghost. Hi.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm the Jelly Ghost, Jelly Ghost ITM on Twitch.
Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello everyone. This is your gracious ghost, the Jelly Ghost. You can just call me Jelly for short. I'm from the cyberspace, so hi from the cyberspace. Hi to my other friends that are also in the cyberspace. So yeah, I'm just here just to like get to see what things are like outside of the cyberspace and get to know people.
So when did the Jelly Ghost come into being?
That was a while ago. So you know how there's like sometimes like a program will get some very uh
Uh,
like very different upgrades. That's not what it used to be.
right. Right. Kind
Uh,
of.
kind of the case with me.
So you were an anomaly, is what happened.
You can say that. I
Yeah.
assume that with an anomaly, it's like a and not intentional. Mine was kind of intentional. Basically, I used to be like a very like semi well-known virus
Mm,
back in the earlier days of the cyberspace.
mm.
Um, but I wasn't a very strong virus. You might have heard of the "you're an idiot" virus.
Yeah, I've heard. I'm married. I hear that a lot.
Well, no, it was a virus. I don't know my user that created me. But basically my functioning was that I was a weak virus that would, call people an idiot for, managing to get a hold of me. And it was mostly just it was scareware. It was mostly just to raise awareness to like, improve your security. These days, a lot of antiviruses, like it's been well over a couple of decades that they've gotten very aware of me, and I was just kind of like trapped out of everything. That was until one of my other friends, funny enough, another antivirus, um, decided to mess with my coding a little bit, and now I'm a Ghost.exe virus. I don't like it could be used for evil. I don't the kind of agreement is that him being an antivirus, he can't really involved when users themselves are doing anything malicious.
Ah,
So he offered to change my coding to the ghost.exe virus. So when he can't do it, he sends me in to take care of like some people being nasty on out in the cyberspace.
I tell you what, the
Kind
evil
of
the evil
yeah.
stuff is takes up a lot of time and really makes someone tired. So I tell you, it's a lot easier just to be one on the good guy's side for the most part. And
Yeah,
I'm glad that you have mutated yourself into what we have today, Jelly Ghost, and we appreciate you coming on the show. Um, when
of course. I'm like,
Now, when you're online, what do you like to do in the VTubing community?
Well, when I started VTubing, I was working in the background. You probably remember Studio Error was the one that originally signed up to have the interview.
That's right.
He's also like me. He's not a malicious virus, but he's definitely more the leader of the group on the activities we have.
Right.
So he kept getting called away to take care of stuff in the cyberspace, and like I wasn't working behind the scenes. So I was like, if you want, I could take over for you while you handle this. I indirectly stole his viewers and they started asking for me more. Um, so I started streaming. I wasn't expecting to start streaming. My friends in the cyberspace also started streaming as well. And I even met another AI who's I enjoy streaming with. I enjoy watching his streams. So when I'm not like being called by my friend, the antivirus, his name is Cambit. When I'm not being called by Cambit, that's usually what I'm doing. I play video games on the downtime, and so I might as well start doing it where people can watch me play.
So, what kind of games do you like to play? I imagine a virus's tastes are varied.
They well, it's hard to kind of explain. Um, I'm pretty much a variety streamer. I don't think I have the attention span to just focus on one thing. I've been playing a lot of Lethal Company. I know you've mentioned with other people in your interviews that they've been playing it as well.
Mhm.
Um, been playing that with a lot of people in the cyberspace and my Twitch team, Mayhem Gaming. They're awesome.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm definitely more of a collabor. I love to play co-op games so much more. So like I have Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
I'm planning to actually play a Pal World later on, and uh, but a lot of times like I'm kind of all over the place. I don't usually like like first person shooters, but here I am playing Cyberpunk and planning to actually continue that series at some point. Um, I'm planning to finish playing my favorite nostalgia game, Klonoa 2.
Right.
I'm currently playing that on hard mode, so one hit I die.
Oh,
I've gotten pretty far in that.
yeah.
I gotta finish that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm all over the place.
You're everywhere. You're everywhere. You can't
Yep.
stop. You can't stop her can't stop the virus after so many years, and not going to be able to stop the virus now. That's for sure. The
Time is an illusion in the cyberspace. I don't know where I am half the time.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you out inside cyberspace, time is very much not an illusion, and I still don't know where I am most of the time. The When you get on a game like the Lethal Company, how many people do you like? How many players do you like to have in the game? Because I know some folks like the chaos of 15 people on the mod. Some people like to have as few as possible, try to have some semblance of control of what's going on. What do you like?
Well, I mean, like I love playing in like big lobbies, but like a lot of times I don't really get enough people to do like huge ones, like like you find in the free in the public lobbies. And those can get pretty chaotic, like especially with like you got the hackers,
Right.
you got the people who are being like trolls and racist, and I'm like, I can't post that in my
Right.
stream, so I never stream those. Those are just kind of like for fun, for the
Right.
chaos.
Yeah.
So I kind of tend to keep that number with my Twitch team. So that kind of be anywhere from like 3 to 8 people, which I think is still a good amount, just enough for some chaos, but not enough so that we're like overly OP.
Right.
Um,
You can still kill them every
so
once in a while, but not every time.
actually, there was a funny like situation when we had with Lethal Company. I was dead, so I was able to watch this like beautiful moment where my friend Canva, he was offered a subscription to like kill someone by his chat in the team. So he decided to focus on our other AI friend. His name is Zelix. And he was asking Zelix, like, who do you think I should kill? And Zelix is just, I don't know. I mean, like, I'd pick anyone. And he's like, okay. And he starts raising up his shovel and starts hitting Zelix over and over again. So Zelix, immediately regretting his decision, is running away, yelling for him to stop killing him. He sees a mine and he runs to it. And I just hear in the distance, I will kill us both. Just an explosion. He took both of them out. And like Zelix is usually a very chill guy, but there was something chaotic that came out in him in that moment.
It's a what do they call them? A Geronimo moment. You just say, okay, I'm taking everybody with me. I'm hitting the button.
Yeah, pretty much. And I aspire to have that kind of chaos. You know, if I'm going down, everyone is going down with me.
Well, you mentioned another game that has almost no chaos to it, and that's Stardew Valley. You
Hmm.
can talk about going from fourth gear to reverse. As far as going from chaos to chill, I've got to admit, I've got about 30 different games I've started Stardew Valley. I've finished it back
Same
and forth.
though, especially with collabs.
Oh yeah,
Like, no one ever ends up going to the same farm, and when you do, like, you don't remember where you left off, so we're just like, might as well start over.
that's right. That's right. I got my wife involved in it for a while, and then I just kept going and going and cheat. I found all the cheats and all that. I haven't gotten any mods yet. Have you tried any mods for that?
I haven't. I keep meaning to do, what was it, that Stardew Valley expanded version or
Right.
extended?
Yeah.
Expanded, I think.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go back to that and try it out. I've just never really had the chance to.
It looks great.
Um,
It really does look great.
it does, but there's so much stuff that they add. You can't tell what was base game and what was like what's added to the mod.
Right.
I did get towards endgame, so I should try to play it so that now that I have an idea of what was actually added from the mod, because I was like, oh, that'll overwhelm me way too quickly. But like now that I know what's part of the game and what's not, like I'd be willing to like do that.
Yeah, and he's coming up now. He's still got an update to the regular game coming out.
That's true. That's what I've been looking forward to. I play Stardew Valley in bursts.
Right.
And when my friends start seeing this on my Discord that I'm playing Stardew Valley for like 2 to 3 weeks at a time, just obsessively playing it, they start. It was just when the news came out and everyone started like tagging me and showing me the links, like, "Hey, there's a new update coming on."
Right.
I'm just like sitting here with my entire ancient fruit farm, like, great.
Yeah. I've got ancient fruit growing out of my ears here. I can't. I've got the entire.
I need something else to do.
I've got the entire.
I'm still trying to automate this, so I'm not just staying on my farm all day.
Oh yeah, I've got the entire second island covered with ancient fruit at this point. I haven't figured out how to use the key fruit yet, and I don't think I'm going to. That's a little too much for me to deal with. But really, and you add to the fact he's still trying to put out that second game, the Chocolatier game, and I'm looking forward to see what that is. But I'm glad that a single person has been able to do this. But I also feel bad for him because he hasn't been able to work on the second game.
I know. I have no idea how this guy has done that and like has gotten so far with his work. But yeah, it's just I can't wait for the Haunted Chocolatier. It looks interesting. And like with all the Stardew Valley games, like or the games that were inspired by it, have like literally the exact same inspiration for the artwork. Like I want to see it from the man himself. He's a huge inspiration. Every time I play Stardew Valley, I remember I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, like I was working on my own game.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I really need to like try to get back to that. I don't expect it to get anywhere, but it was just based off an old story that never really took off. I'm like, might as well put it in game form. That's what it was. That's what we're set in.
That's called a transition in this business. Let's talk about that a little bit. You're putting together your own game?
Yeah, kinda. It's like kind of like back and forth. I have a couple of projects that I've been working on that like I never really got too far. The game I'm working on is RP Goner, and it's based off an old idea I had about about 8 years ago that I started with my friends. I tried to do it as comic, but it is not something for me to do solo. And my art style wasn't really the greatest at the time. And I tried to collaborate with other people, but like no one would do it exactly how I wanted. So it's like, I'll try to do it myself. And I only got like 3 pages out.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're a perfectionist. A perfectionist virus.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
It's a curse.
Yes. Yes, I never have that problem because I've never been perfect at anything. So I just assume the
I'm definitely not perfect at it. It's just like once like I need to get people in the same like process as me.
Right.
I really never got anywhere with it. I would love to. And it's just great. And I even have a reference to it in my stream. There's a little kitten that sits on my screen as well. One of my other friends streams. Her name is Lily, and her design is inspired, or rather, her design inspired my drawing of the cat that stars. He's kind of like the animal mascot in RP Goner.
But don't spill the beans.
It's nice to be able to see it.
Don't spill all the beans about what it's about because people are gonna want it when it comes out. But in general,
RPG.
I
can't. I'll talk about it all day.
Yeah, I mean RPG. It's an RPG game, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I would want to have like a lot of inspiration for it, like kind of like with the art style or the music from Stardew Valley. But most of all, the dating system. I would like to implement that.
Yeah.
But it's all bare bones. I've really not gotten very far in it. One thing I am kind of hoping to get off is my book, called The Sins of Death City. That one I've gotten decently far. I'd say about 25% done. But I got writer's block in the plot, so I've not touched that in like a year. Like it'll make that future me's problem.
Yeah, yep, yeah. That certainly does happen. But you'll get back to it. It sounds like you've got a lot of irons in a lot of fires. You really you
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly allows you to go back and forth wherever your muse takes you.
Yeah, I've definitely I keep myself busy, and I say it like in the cyberspace, like all I do is just play video games, but I do get my own projects going on. And I hope you don't mind me bringing this up.
Look, whatever you
Because
like.
I know I'm taking a lot of your time, but I do want to mention some good news.
Go.
So my users' parents, they are both blind, and I've been listening in on them, and they recently officially I guess officially officiated the charity they've been starting. They're both blind,
Now,
and they use these collapsible canes, but these canes are expensive. They're $60, and there are people, according to one of their friends in Mexico, who cannot afford even regular canes, and they use like sticks. They use she even heard about one person using like taped up cans of soda to
right.
use as guide canes.
Yeah.
They love these collapsible canes, so they're starting a charity because there's already a charity for white canes, but they're regular straight kind. They're very inconvenient.
Right.
Um, so they finally officiated that. They're currently out of town right now, but once they get back, I plan to help register their charity with any of the charities that have like extensions with Twitch,
Right.
and be able to get that out there and help donate money for the people who need those canes.
Oh, absolutely. That is tremendous. Anything that helps people live their lives is positive, and that certainly is. That's a
That's definitely what they try to like raise awareness for. Like, like you don't just because you're blind, you don't just have to sit around. That's what my stepmom used to do. There's so many free resources out there for them.
Yeah, there absolutely is, and there is. I've known a few folks who can't see in my lifetime, and then they've been everything from lawyers to actors to singers to whatever they want to be. And the more that you get access to what you can do, the better. And that is what a little bit of what VTubing does for folks is people who have pre-existing, I would say conditions better than surroundings, I should say, um, and they're able to express themselves through this medium with a little bit of protection and still be able to show themselves out and entertain people while still feel a little more safe behind a model. Wouldn't you
Hmm.
wouldn't you say that happens?
Yeah, definitely. It's why I try to avoid giving as much little information of the user of the server that I work from.
Right.
Like just to kind of keep that
I'm
anonymity.
yes. Yeah.
um, they know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, they know.
So
And
yeah,
and
and
and that's perfectly fine. I'm
yeah.
just glad that people have the opportunity to talk with people around the world, to entertain people around the world, show what they have, their talents. Obviously, as a young virus yourself, you have a lot of talents to show people, and a lot of different irons in the fire that to bring to the public. And you have this opportunity through VTubing, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I really hope to do. Like I want to raise awareness. I want to be able to help people out. And it'd be cool if like anyone like actually shows interest in my project and like points at me and goes, "Hey, I want you to make more of this. I want to get more of this. I want you to keep writing these chapters and stuff." I would love that. But if it doesn't, that's fine. I'm also the kind of person who's like the most happy as I was when I was streaming was me playing my favorite nostalgia game and saying, it's really peaceful to watch you. It's really relaxing to watch you play this. And I'm just like, oh, that's so nice. That's the nicest compliment.
That fills your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's like that's not a compliment I thought I would enjoy so much. But being told I'm, like I'm really relaxing to listen to, like, yeah, I'm perfect. I should play it again.
Absolutely. For folks who want to see what the Jelly Ghost is up to, how can they get to your streaming, and how often do you stream?
Well, I was taking a break for a little while I recovered from, my the adjusting of my parameters.
Right.
So I'm currently kind of in a kind of wonky schedule. But I tend to stream a little bit later in the day. Usually around anywhere from like starting from 8 to 9 p.m. Central Time.
Right.
And I kind of stream as I go right now. I should like get into a schedule or at least like have a consistent schedule with a series and stuff. Um, but you can find me on Twitch. I always make sure that the notifications go out when I start to stream. So like out, just me saying that I'm haunting your notifications. Um, and just feel free to drop in whenever and like feel free to tell me to get a schedule because I need someone to bunk me and tell me to be more consistent with that.
You can't
Um,
you can't contain a virus like that. You're gonna do whatever you want.
time is an illusion, but if I wanted to play with people outside of cyberspace, I gotta figure it out.
But what is your Twitter slash X handle?
My Twitter, oh, that's a good question because like I don't use it as much. I do use it sometimes. I just can't remember my username. So let me get that real quick. Um,
And there was
I
gonna
do
be
use it sometimes.
I get one question to pose you every once in a while. But
Like gotta keep me on my toes.
yeah.
My username is JellyGhostATM, same as my Twitch.
Mm.
And I do need to post on there more. I don't use Twitter because I'm like you call me a young virus. I'm old by cyberspace standards, so
Yeah.
like I don't keep up with all the youngins are using these days.
Yeah, well, I mean,
There's a new one every 2 weeks.
I didn't mention your MySpace account, okay?
Okay, now hold on.
Hey, I still have a Netscape address, so I mean you're talking, ancient times there. We used to write email on rocks back then. So,
Oh God, Ema was the old DMs.
yeah, that's right. Hey, Jelly, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I wish you the best in what you want to do with your channel coming up and all those other things you've got going on. Tell your parents who are working on this idea with the Canes. Give them my best and tell them you've got all the support you need from me. Although that's probably not too much, but anyways, it's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing, and you've been a wonderful guest. And I hope everything turns out for you this year.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been nice to see how far you come with this, Eric. So I'm glad to finally be here. And everyone, just remember, be sure to hydrate, eat your vegetables, and erase your browser history because I will find it.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.